Hey there, y'all, and welcome to the kitchen. Today's episode is a one-pan plan. We are doing chicken, broccoli, and rice casserole. We're doing a cheesy layer in there, and it's going to be a crowd pleaser. I love these recipes because they are dump and bake, and they are ready after a long day, and they are just perfect to fill up everybody's tummy, and they're a huge crowd pleaser. So really, we're going to be doing a lot of assembly and then putting it in the oven and forgetting about it for about 40 minutes. So first things first, I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I've got a good sized casserole dish out, probably one of my bigger ones. We're going to basically assemble this entire dinner right here, throw it in the oven, and it's going to be perfect with almost no effort. So for this, we're learning how to bake rice instead of pre-cooking our rice. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our ingredients over here, and we're going to talk through this process. So I'm going to start by putting a little bit of a liquid together in the bottom of my pan. Rice has to have liquid to cook in, and we're going to use about 2 cups of rice. So we're going to be using 4 cups of stock. I'm going to put my liquid layer in the bottom first, so we can work everything in that way as we are going and not have to worry about everything getting mixed in perfectly. So I'm going to put in my 4 cups of chicken stock, and I'm trying not to splash it everywhere, my goodness. 4 cups of chicken stock, and then I've got 1 can of cream of chicken soup. This recipe is one of those that you absolutely can change to fit your taste buds. We do this with mixed vegetables. I can do this with cream of mushroom soup, cream of celery, whatever you have on hand works for this. So once you learn this method, you're going to use it for a lot of different things. So I'm going to get my soup into my broth. And chicken broth here is just going to put that good savory flavor into your rice. So it's kind of amping up your rice flavor and keeping it from being totally bland, because it's going to soak into our rice and actually make it really tasty. All right, all that's in there. I'm actually going to whisk that together so it's well combined. Get my whisk out here. And really everything else is just a chop and dump situation, or either you can just get it right out of your prepped food items in the grocery store. I have some chopped broccoli. I just dumped that out of the bag, kind of broke it down a little bit smaller and rinsed it, and it's ready. Then I've got about 3 cups of chopped rotisserie chicken. Easy peasy. Everybody has that on hand. But if you're meal prepping and you're cooking your chicken over the weekend, that's about 2 chicken breasts just chopped up. I love a recipe that can stretch $1, and doing this with 2 pieces of chicken to feed a huge crowd is a winner in my book. Okay, so that's in. Now we're going to get some rice. We're going to go with 2 cups of rice. And this is just jasmine rice. You can use whatever you have on hand. I just wouldn't use instant here. 2 cups going right into our liquid. 1, 2. And this little teacup is actually a cup. I have had this, I registered for this when we got married, and after years and years, I was like, I use this as a cup measure all the time. I wonder what it actually is. And lo and behold, it actually is a cup. So 2 cups of actual cup of rice. Okay, just mix that rice in a little bit. Broccoli in over the top of that. Everybody into the bowl. Chicken in on top of that. And you know, when you're feeding kids, you put a cheesy layer in anything and they're going to be happy about it. I'm going to get that all spread out. So we're going to put some cheese into our broccoli and chicken casserole. I'm telling you, this is so simple. Now my rotisserie chicken does have some flavor on it, so that's going to help us, but we do need to get some more flavor in here. So I'm going to get some garlic powder, a good couple of teaspoons. What do I measure but a couple of teaspoons? Some onion powder, a couple of teaspoons. And we're going to do just a little bit of salt, not a lot, because we did have salt in our cream of mushroom soup and in our stock, but we do need just a little bit. Rice is a blank canvas, so you don't want it to be bland. Little salt. Little bit of hot pepper. This is as much as you want. I like a good little bit of pepper in here, so we're going to go a teaspoon of pepper. To me, pepper wakes up whatever you're cooking a little bit extra. All right, give that one more little stir, mixed in together. I love that kick, especially in the summertime when we have our fresh vegetables. Some salt and pepper take those fresh vegetables to the next level, and the pepper is actually my favorite. Okay, cheese layer going on top. Shortcut nature of this, we've got some pre-shredded cheese. I think we always think in the summertime things are going to slow down and we're going to have all this time to cook. But what happens is we end up making so many fun plans. We don't want to get back to the regular stuff like cooking dinner. So these shortcuts in the summertime, we use them all the time because we're out at the pool, we're out at the beach, we're going and doing things with friends, and we don't want to spend hours and hours cooking dinner, even though it's not the school year. Okay, good layer of cheese on top. That was about 2 cups of cheese, if I'm going to be honest with you. So don't be shy on the cheese layer. Okay. Now, here is the secret ingredient. It's a stick of butter, y'all. Anytime I put a stick of butter in something, it just magically makes it better. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to take my butter and I'm just going to get it broken down in little tablespoon pats, and we're going to spread it over the top. And this is going to melt in and make your rice extra rich, extra creamy, and extra delicious. So just spread it out over the top. It is actually a very important secret ingredient. That butter is. All right, there you go. We're going to cover this up. I'm going to get it into my oven, and I'm going to cook it for about 30 minutes covered. And that's going to let the rice absorb all of the liquid, so it's fully cooked. And then we're going to top this with a final little touch in the end. I'll be right back. So we're going to get this covered tightly. We don't want anything escaping. Any kind of time you're covering something like this, the steam is getting locked in so it can do the job that it needs to cook your rice. And remember, everything else is cooked in here, so we're just getting that rice cooked through. All right, in the oven it goes, and we'll see you in about 30 minutes. See you in a second, y'all. It smells amazing in here, y'all, and it's about time to get our broccoli and chicken casserole out of the oven. The rice has absorbed all of that liquid and become super savory, a little bit cheesy and buttery from our other additions. I cannot wait to try this. This is the kind of thing I teach my students all the time in Mama Whitten's kitchen. We do practical cooking skills. What that means is they're not going to be learning to do frou-frou things that they're never going to use. I teach my teenagers things that they'll feed their families as they get into adulthood. So they can walk in a kitchen and be confident now and know that one day when they have kids, they're not going to be scrambling to figure out what to do. Okay. I'll put the link for that in the description for y'all. Let's uncover this, and I'm going to show you how we're going to finish this off. All of the rice has absorbed all of the liquid, and it has become bubbly and cheesy and delicious. So topping this off with a little bit of fried onions is the perfect way to finish. Anytime you have creamy, cheesy, you need something crunchy to go with it, and that's exactly what this is going to offer. So I'm just going to coat the top of this really generously with my fried onions, and we're going to pop this back in the oven for about 5 more minutes just to get those nice and crisp on the top and just really send this dish over the moon. It went for about 35 minutes before I pulled it out to get the rice all cooked and absorbing that liquid, and then this is just going to be the perfect finishing touch. I love these things. I eat them on my salad, all kind of different things. All right, back in they go for just another few minutes, and then we'll be ready to taste. Oop, let's get that in there. All right, see you in a second, y'all. Okay, y'all, it smells amazing. It's time to get our casserole out of the oven. Those onion toppers, I'm telling you right now, they smell so good. I could probably eat them right off the top of this. It'd be just fine. But we're not. We're going to eat the whole thing because it's amazing. This is bubbly, delicious. Your kids will eat their broccoli this way. Let me show you this. Look at this. One pan, no problem. I'm gonna grab a fork and I'm gonna sneak a taste. And it's gonna be 1,000,000 degrees, but I can't help it. A long time ago, I learned how to do this sneaky taste bite so nobody sees it. You just kind of scooch everything to the side, get a little bit out of there. I mean, you gotta make sure it's right. Right? Yes, right. Okay, little broccoli action. Okay, guys. Your kids are actually gonna love this, I promise. There is nothing as comforting as that creamy rice and chicken. It is so, so good. Y'all, make this one for your family. This is gonna stay in the rotation, I promise. And I'm telling you, this is a perfect one to make for a friend who has had a baby or something like that too. So make sure you pop down into the description to get my Shortcut Suppers digital cookbook and the link to Mama Whitten's kitchen if you have a teenager who really could use some cooking skills. Happy cooking, y'all. And until next time, I'll see you in the kitchen.